Greetings, Second Amendment enthusiasts. That's going to be my new lead-in. This morning, I figured I'd try to talk about E.S.G. a little bit. Everybody needs to educate themselves on what that stands for. It stands for environmental, social, and governance. It's a strategy that has been being used in the global investment world until recently, and now it's starting to spill out into other things. As you can imagine, environmental, it's all Green New Deal stuff. Social, typical politically correct BS, okay? Governance is the scary one. Governance is these public-private partnerships between these huge corporate conglomerates and governments so that they can dictate how we are supposed to act, okay? Up until now, this has been isolated within this global investment sector. It's now starting to trickle down. It's trickling down, and what the end result is going to be is everybody's going to have a social credit score. What is happening is these investment houses would classify stocks by this strategy, this E.S.G. strategy, and it would give them a score. And the higher their score, the more they would push their clients to invest money in these stocks. So if you had a mutual fund with, let's say Morgan Stanley, I know for a fact that Morgan Stanley uses this because I used to have investments with Morgan Stanley. I do not anymore because of this right here. Morgan Stanley, if you have any kind of retirement fund, any kind, I don't care how small, how large, any kind of retirement fund, you need to educate yourself about this. And now you're asking, well, Candy, what does this have to do with Second Amendment and guns and whatever? I'll tell you. The social part of this. The social part of this is the individual does not have the right to have the means to defend themselves. That's the purview of the government. So, for instance, firearms manufacturers, they get very poor scores. So then your mutual fund manager, is not going to push your money into those companies. It's going to push you into companies that are into the Green New Deal stuff. They're into all the new social things that we all know, and I'm not going to talk about because you know what happens. That's why, no matter how small your retirement fund, you need to educate yourself about this kind of stuff, because their end goal is to give not only stocks and corporations these kind of scores. We're all going to have that kind of score. Everybody's going to have that kind of score soon. And this is part of the squeezing that I told you about. What are you going to do when you can't get a job, you can't get a loan, okay? You can't even have a bank to keep your money in because your E.S.G. score is too low because you believe in the right to bear arms. This is what I'm talking about. Sounds like a conspiracy? I know. Trust me, I'm fully aware it sounds like a conspiracy. Unfortunately, it's not. It's not. Okay? Do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm all about that. I don't expect anybody to take my word carte blanche for anything. Okay? But don't go and do a Google search in ESG and think that you're going to get the real deal from Google. Okay? Just saying. Dig a little deeper. Here's some places you can go look for ESG and you can figure out how it's going to affect us all. PragerU has really good video on this stuff. Dinesh D'Souza is another one. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Okay? And now I'm going to tell you two names and everybody's going to go, she's off her rocker. She's really bought in. She's drank the Kool-Aid. She's into the conspiracy stuff. Glenn Beck and Alex Jones. Okay? I know. And I don't believe everything they say. I don't. However, on topics like this, they've been right more than they've been wrong. Okay? And here's the reason why you need to be paying attention to Alex Jones, or at least what's going on with him right now, what's happening to him right now. The very same attorneys that sued Remington and got $73 million out of them because their insurance company caved, even though there's a federal law that says you can't sue a firearms manufacturer for a product that they made being used illegally, their insurance companies caved, handed over $73 million. The very same attorneys are the ones that are suing Alex Jones right now, okay? And it's all about shutting him up, okay? And you may not agree with everything Alex Jones says, and I don't really agree with everything that Alex Jones says, but I think the man has a right to speak. Because if they can silence him, as public as he is, they can silence anybody. Which means those of us on this group, we are like ants under a giant's thumb. They will squash us in a heartbeat. And this is why you have to educate yourself. And E.S.G may not sound like it's linked to Second Amendment stuff. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Maybe this video will get approved. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I really don't know. I hope so. Because it's a bigger picture issue. It's a bigger picture issue. And this is what they're going to do. Squeeze. Squeeze. Until people gladly hand over their guns. Gladly. Here, take them. Take them, please. So I can have my life back. So I can have a bank account again. So I can get a job again. So I can get a loan for that house that I want to buy. That's what this is about. Subjects, not citizens. That's what it's about. E.S.G. Do your own research. I'm telling you, it absolutely 100% is connected to your right to bear arms. But don't take my word for it. Go do your own research.